What's up everyone, this is Mike with Streamline Canine. In this video, I'm going to show you a few different leash manner drills that will greatly improve your dog's ability to walk nicely on a leash. This video is step 2 in a 3-step series on developing phenomenal leash manners. In step 1, we taught the dog to move with collar pressure instead of into it. That skill will play heavily into the drills I'm about to show you. So if you haven't seen and mastered the first video yet, go and do so before continuing with this one. The goal of this video is to teach you how to show your dog different contexts around the collar pressure idea in a controlled and systematic way. This will make learning these contexts much easier on the dog, as well as increase the likelihood of them transferring into more realistic scenarios. This drill is all about teaching the dog that if they pull you towards something that they want, they're never going to get access to it. The only way they get to interact with things is if they keep slacking the leash. To do this drill, put something out in the environment that your dog really likes, such as their favorite food or toy, and put the dog on a 6-foot leash and collar of your choice. Start a good distance away from what they want and start moving towards it. As long as the dog keeps slacking the leash, continue to move towards the reward item. If the dog puts tension into the leash, stop moving, apply gentle but steady pressure towards you, and wait for them to put slack back into the leash. When they do, take the pressure off, wait 5 to 15 seconds, then start moving towards the reward object again. Repeat this until you reach the reward object and let them have it. You'll know when the dog is starting to understand the concept when they continue to consistently keep slack in the leash as they approach the reward item. Also, try this with different leash lengths. Generally, longer leash lengths will be easier than short ones. So start off by giving the dog more line and gradually make it shorter as they get better. The handler awareness drill does just that. It teaches the dog to be more aware of the handler's movements. To do this, simply put the dog on a leash and collar in a calm, quiet environment and start moving around. Begin by moving sporadically and wait for the dog to start moving with you. When they do, mark and reinforce them. If you want the dog to be on a particular side, reward the dog only when they're on the side you want. In the beginning, reward the dog every other step as long as they keep moving with you. As they get better, start spacing out the time between rewards. Go to every 3 steps, every 5, 10, 20, and so on. Then eventually make the reward intervals completely random. Also, add in stops at some point and reward the dog for stopping when you do. Just like the steps, reward them for every stop at first. Then gradually move to a random reinforcement schedule after the dog shows a high expectancy to get a reward from stopping. Just like in the first drill, I recommend that you change up the length of the leash at some point. Do the same thing but on a long line or retractable lead. Then again on a really short leash. If you're using a prong collar for this, be careful not to jerk or pop the leash. We don't want to give the dog an accidental correction. Corrections will come later, but as of right now, we're using these tools only as a tool for guidance. For the mixer drill, what we're going to do is take the first 2 drills, blend them together, and add in distractions. Start off by putting a reward object out in the area you're working in, put the dog on a collar and leash, and start moving around in random directions. If the dog puts tension in the leash, go through the same process that you did in the stop and go drill. If the dog is moving nicely with you, go through the same process you did during the handler awareness drill. One thing we will add to this is a remote marker. To condition a remote marker, toss something the dog wants out in front of you and restrain them on a leash and harness. When the dog is fixated on the reward, say, "Get it," and let go of the leash. Repeat this many times until the dog shows that they understand that "get it" means they can access a reward that is in the environment. Once you have your remote marker conditioned, use it in the mixer drill. When the dog is moving with you, or at the very least isn't pulling for a set amount of time, say your remote marker and let them access the reward in the environment. Be sure to keep using your continuation and release markers as well to keep them on their toes and teach them that they may not always get access to the thing they want most in the environment. From here, all you're going to do is gradually add in more distractions to your training area and repeat this drill. Once you've exhausted all of your control distraction options, it's time to take this out into the real world, which is what the next video will be all about. If you practice these 3 drills in order for about 5 to 10 minutes a day, at least 1 session a day, for about a week each drill, then you will see significant improvements in your dog's ability to walk nicely on a leash. And they'll be much better prepared to apply these skills in a real-world context.